Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be doing my week 2 takeaways. You guys know I do this we'll probably be doing this every week. It's pretty fun to do, so a couple things I want to go through first. Tomorrow I'm going live on my radio. I'm going to be pretty much doing this but with other people and a little bit more in depth, longer. It's gonna be a lot live from 7:45 to 8:30, and maybe it'll maybe it'll be streamed down the road. So if you are up in the morning and you do want to listen, that link will be in the description. 7:45 EST. Anyways, let's get to the first game. Packers at Falcons. Yeah, Packers just choked this one. I mean, they're leading 24 to 12, 24 to 12 in the end of the third, and then just do nothing in the fourth quarter. The Falcons score. Falcons scored on three drives there, and the Packers really just choked this game away. Not a bad outing from the team as a whole. Just a loss. Raiders Bills. Allen and Bills bounce back. Yeah, I mean, it's just a great game, and that's what you want. I mean, Allen has 274 yards, 2 touchdowns. James Cook is under 23 yards. Gabe Davis has a solid game, 92 yards and a touchdown. Just a good game for this Bills team, and they needed that. They bounced back. As for this game, Bengals are worrying me. The Ravens win this one 27 to 24, and although T. Higgins bounces back after his 0 yards, 0 receptions last week, he bounced back and he gets 8 receptions, 89 yards, and 2 touchdowns. But the offense as a whole still really didn't. Lamar had a good game, and Gus Edwards, he's back because of the J.K. Dobbins injury. I picked him up in fantasy, didn't start him. I don't know why I picked him up, just not to start him, but now I have him there, so he'll hopefully be good. But yeah, Lamar has a good game, 237 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Edwards 62 yards and a touchdown. Good game for both of them. Seahawks, Geno is back. 328 yards, 2 touchdowns, along as a go-ahead, not even a go-ahead score, a touchdown in overtime to win the game. Tyler Lockett. That's just what you want. David Montgomery went down, so hopefully the Lions got to use Gibbs more. You got to. But yeah, 37-31 Seahawks. I actually picked this one. It's one of my bolder picks, and it panned out. As for this one, Chargers, Titans. The Chargers lose this one 24-27, another overtime game. And Herbert has a good game. He has 305 yards, 2 touchdowns. Allen has a good game, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. So what went wrong if Herbert was playing that well? They only scored 24 points. They didn't run the ball. The running game was absolutely putrid without Austin Eckler. And yeah, they got to work on that because that's the reason why they lost. But even the Titans, they didn't have a good running game either. I mean, Derrick Henry got 80 yards and 1 touchdown, but 25 carries is 3.2 yards per carry. That's not good. So yeah. They for the Chargers, they really need to fix that running game. As for this one, Bears at Buccaneers. The Bears lose this one 20-17, so the Buccaneers come away with the win. They're 2-0. Surprisingly, I did not think they were going to be very good. Fields might just be the worst quarterback in the league. I trusted him last week. I should have not against Green Bay. It should have been obvious. Trusted him last week. Trusted him this week against a team that I thought was bad in the Buccaneers. He makes one of the worst throws of all time that ends up being a pick six. Like, what was he doing there? Also, that play of him getting sacked when there was a wide open receiver and he had so much time in the pocket. I simply don't understand. Justin Fields really just might be the worst quarterback in the league. And I know people are going to say Zach Wilson, but even Zach Wilson, I mean, he's not playing this poorly for his team. He just didn't have an offensive line, which is what people are giving Fields the same excuses last year. Didn't have a whole line, didn't have weapons. I mean, Wilson has Wilson. That's about it. But yeah, I don't understand why Fields was going unscathed last year. But this year, people are going to realize he might be one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. Chiefs bounced back in this one, 17-9. Great defensive performance. Obviously, Chris Jones playing because he got his payday. Mahomes just got that restructured deal, which is good move by the Chiefs. I mean, well, financially, it's a bad move by the Chiefs, but, you want to keep your star player happy. You give him a huge restructuring in his deal, and now he's making a hell of a lot of money. And Pacheco does get going. I mean, 12 carries, 70 yards is pretty damn good, so you need that for the Chiefs. Colts, Texans, 31-20. Colts win this one. Stroud might just be a great quarterback. I know they lost, but 384 yards and 2 touchdowns, nothing to scoff at. Nico Collins had a great game, 146 yards and a touchdown. And then as for the Colts, I mean, they really did their work on the ground. I mean, you got Anthony Richardson, who unfortunately exited the game with a concussion, which sucks because they're 1-1 and they're not looking that bad this year. I thought they would be pretty bad. But Zach Moss, he has a good game, but Richardson exits this game with that concussion, which is unfortunate. And Minshew does solid and they win the game, but really they were up 28-10 at half. It was looking really good for them regardless. And Stroud's numbers maybe was a little garbage time, but still 384 yards is insane. I mean, yeah, good game for them. And then Zach Moss had a good game, 18 carries, 88 yards, 1 touchdown. 49ers at the Rams, 30-23. 49ers come away with the victory here. So basically what happened here was, where are the Rams getting all their receivers from? Like, where? I mean, Puka Nacua, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, 15 receptions, 147 yards. You got Stafford had 2 interceptions, threw a costly one towards the end of the game, which wasn't very good. But they still have a great game regardless, even though they lose it. Nakua has a good game. Atwell, like, where are the Rams getting these receivers from? Like, Atwell, I know, was like a 5th string receiver last year. Or like when they won the Super Bowl, and now out of nowhere he's like 7 receptions, 77 yards. Pretty good game. As for Jets Cowboys, Cowboys win this one 30-10, and this really just comes from their defense being dominant. Now Dak does have a good game, 255 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's really good, but Pollard doesn't have a great game on the ground. CeeDee Lamb toasted Sauce Gardner. I don't know what happened with Sauce Gardner here, but he got toasted. And Cowboys come away with another victory. Their defense is definitely the best in the league as of right now. Commanders come back against Broncos. This one, that was kind of insane. And really, 35-33, first quarter, Broncos were up pretty good. I think they were up 24-14 at some point, which is an insane lead, but I think they were up 21-3 at some point, something like that. And they still somehow lost the game, and then obviously that insane ending. I mean, the Hail Mary that was bobbled 4 times, somehow caught. And then there was a huge defensive holding / pass interference, whatever you want to call it there, on this 2-point conversion, and they don't get it. So the Broncos might be unfixable, and it might not be their fault. They just couldn't win this game. Their defense sold them really hard. Brian Robinson, 87 yards, 2 touchdowns, great game. And the Commanders wins this one, 35-33. And here, let's talk about this one. The Giants get the first one of the season, and they've held a lead for 18 seconds this whole year, or it was 21 seconds, something along the lines of that. Yet they are 1-1, and although they have the worst point differential in the league, the record says that they're average right now. So let's not talk about them. 60-0 in the first half. Let's talk about how Daniel Jones might be better than you think. 321 yards, 2 touchdowns, not 1 pick. But Barkley literally could have caught the ball, and because he bobbled it and it went up, it was an interception. Kind of what happened with Mahomes last week. So it's an unfortunate interception. Now, Daniel Jones might be better than you think, like I'm saying, but this defense is probably worse than you think. I mean, the Cardinals scored 28 points on this defense. Like, that's really bad. Good thing is Hyatt gets his first career reception. Could have been a touchdown. He was open. But it's hard to make that throw. So still, 2 receptions, 89 yards. Really good for Hyatt. Waller was getting the ball a lot, and it's really just a great game. Unfortunately, Saquon's out for 3 weeks, so this Giants team's could probably go 0-3 in that stretch. They're lucky 1-2. And for this one, Dolphins Patriots. Dolphins won 24-17. Mac Jones needs a number 1 wide receiver. That's just the truth. He needs it. Dolphins pretty much dominated this game. Tua doesn't even have a great game, but Mostert on the ground, 121 yards, 2 touchdowns. Great game for Mostert, and they really they come away with the victory. But I think Mac needs a number 1 receiver because, boy, he's missing that right now. Anyway, that's going to be all for me. Now, there are 2 Monday games, so the recap tomorrow will be fun, hopefully. But that's all for me today. So if you want, you could check out my radio show with 2 of my friends. If not, that's totally fine. See you guys in the next one. Goodbye.